have a secret for you. Come here. Did you know the average person gains 7 pounds between Thanksgiving and the 1st? Yeah, 7 pounds. I don't want that to be you, and I don't want that to be me. So follow me, and I'll give you tips and tricks so we will have smooth sailing until New Year's Day. Welcome to Jamie G TV, the place to be for mind, body, and spiritual fabulousness. Here I offer tips and tricks so you can feel vital, sexy, and fit from 50 and beyond. So let's get to it. Yes, 7 pounds. That is statistically proven. So how do you prevent that? Number one, we do not stop our exercise program, okay? So we find ways to move, even if that means, grabbing a friend and instead of talking on the phone, we say, hey, we're gonna have the same conversation. We're gonna be walking outside 6 feet apart if we can do that, okay? There's plenty of stuff online that you can do. Try to do it. I know I can't make a gym and it's making me very frustrated, but I have my weights and I'll hit them and I will do it and I won't think about it. I'm gonna do it, okay? Number one. Number two, okay? Try to get leftovers out of the house, okay? Out of the house. I went to a dinner party on Saturday. Yes, socially distanced dinner party. It was very, very yummy. But I made lemon bars and I made brownies and I had cookies and we gave most of them away. Now, a couple came home with me and a couple ended up in my mouth. And guess what? I got a little stomach ache and now I'm a little hungrier. Kind of got to get the sugar out of the system again. You know what I'm saying? Got to get it out. So anyway, get it out of the house. So number one, continue movement any way you can. If you can lift weights, all the better. If you have them, if you could do pretty intense, like a high intensity interval training things, throw that in once or twice a week instead of just walking. Fabulous. That'll rev your metabolism up. Okay. High intensity interval training means you're going to basically be doing bouts of raising your heart rate pretty high. Okay. Pretty high. It's usually, the maximum heart rate is 220 minus your age in theory. So for my group of people, nowhere above 170, okay? But so you want to stay a little lower than that, but that's your max height. And you do that pretty intense, and then you back off for a while. And you go back and do something high intensity, and you back off for a while, and you do that for a time period. That really is great for your metabolism, right? So for example, if you're out there, I don't really run, but if you're out there running, you say, okay, I'm walking, I'm doing my warm up, I'm doing great. I'm out there walking for 5 minutes, then I do, a 40-second sprint, and then I walk again, and then I do a 40-second sprint, something like that. Okay. And so another way would be I'm doing, something easy, I do push-ups, right? Push-ups are hard. So that's high intensity interval training. All right, so we got the movement. We got the get the leftovers out of the house, right? Have a lot of water around. I tell you why, because if you're cooking stuff like I was cooking, drinking water helps you not pick at the stuff that you're making, because that adds up. It all adds up. I love the idea of cooking soups on Sunday, veggies on Sunday, so that it's in your house. So if you have any sweets from anything that you're going to around and it's in your house and you don't have your go-to things that you like that are healthy for you, you gotta like them. It can't just be like, broccoli if you hate broccoli. Like I love eggplant. Love it. I post it all the time about my eggplant. So I have eggplant with tomato sauce and different types of squash in there and stuff like that. It's like they call it succotash, right? So that to me is fabulous, and I'll have that, and I like that as much as I like a cookie, right? If you love steamed broccoli, great, have your steamed broccoli. Salads that you like, just don't put a lot of dressings on them. When you're at a get-together, because we don't see many people, I know you're going to be very excited to see people, think about that. Don't think about the food, if you can, right? So you just make a smaller plate, you have a nice glass of water in your hand, and you do your social distance talking or Zooming or whatever you're doing with that. Here is another tip for you. Try not to eat past 7 o'clock at night. So if you know you're going to be eating more on the weekends or a little bit more is around the house or your food's a little more rich, the other days of the week, 7 o'clock, done. It's done. No more food. No more going to the kitchen. Sink is clean. Lights are shut off. That's it. You got your water. Make it to the next morning. Can you do that? I think you can do that. That's going to really help. Okay. Of course, Fill up your day with protein. I always talk about protein. So you want to have a lot of protein, especially as you're over 50. A lot more protein than carbohydrates, right? So, 4 times a day, 5 times a day, spaced apart, eat some nice protein that's going to keep your blood sugar nice and level. And you shouldn't be grabbing, cookies and croissants and cakes and so much booze. So I tell you, if you do all that stuff, I'm not saying you're going to lose weight, but you will sail through without a weight gain. And then when everybody else says to you, what's your New Year resolution? It won't be to lose weight. And that's fantastic. I don't like New Year's resolutions that are to lose weight. I like a lifestyle plan that you're on all the time, and you don't think about January as the beginning of the year. Every day is an adventure, girls. I mean, really. Every day's great. I'm rambling. Okay, so no longer rambling. Quick recap. You're going to move. You're going to try to add a little more weight training. You're going to try to add high intensity interval training 1 or 2 times a week. If you put that in, that's going to help. You are going to eat protein throughout the day. You are going to get rid of the foods that people want to give you. Oh, take the chocolates. Oh, take the... No, you want to be the most generous person on earth and give things away so it's not there when you're feeling tempted. You want to try, I like Sundays, but whatever time you have a couple hours, make a bunch of stuff that you can put in your refrigerator that is healthy vegetables and soups, things like that, that are light and low calories, that can fill you up during the day. Because it's not, it's not the one cookie, it's not the one thing that is going to set you off. But what I do find is that when you do start to put the sugar into your body, when you're not used to putting the sugar into your body, the next day you're craving it, you're more hungry, you think about it, I'll go have a little bit more. No. So we want to stop that. All right. So anyway, those are my tips for you. Remember, you're going to try to grab a friend and go for a walk. If you are having a phone call on them anyway, you're going to try to, if they're in the area, you're going to try to do that 6 feet apart, and put on some great music and dance and enjoy yourself and sail through and tell yourself how fabulous you are, because you are. And I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me today on Jamie G TV. See you next time.